Welcome back to the quad.
Welcome.
We were just marinating in
Marinating?
Yeah. we were marinating in the good vibes over here, so just
that's I like that. Marinating in good vibes.
That's what we do here. We marinate in the good vibes. Yeah.
No. What episode is this?
Four.
Four.
Yes. See, we remember.
See, it's season 2.
Welcome back.
I remember which season.
You do remember which season. That's good. That's impressive.
Gotta be worth something.
As usual, a lot has happened in the past week, and we're here to talk about a little bit of it. This is Sam. I am Carlo.
Yes.
If you haven't met us before.
A little bit of news with a little bit of discussion as well. Not related to news.
Yes. And a little bit of a PSA. If you haven't seen our previous episodes that are up at this point, in our previous episode, we interviewed Isaiah Ireland, who is the president of National Association of Black Journalists. That was a great interview we had with him. And the episode before that, we interviewed our editor-in-chief, Olivia Schlinkman, about DEI changes in policy. Both of those were very super interesting conversations that are worth hearing. So if those sound interesting to you, go check them out.
And in both of the last episodes, we did a president ranking based on their attractiveness. Yes,
we did. And I promise you, we're both very well-adjusted people.
Oh, yeah.
But that was a good time.
It was a very informative experience.
It was very informative. And you probably will end up disagreeing with a lot of what we have to say, but that's where the fun comes in. You know? That's where the fun comes in. So if you want to go and join us along with that journey, those episodes are up right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I say all that to say that today we're just going to take it a little bit slower. We don't have a guest today. We're going to have one next week. But today we're going to do a classic template of discussing some news. And that's what we're going to start with right now. So
yes, I'm thrilled to hear what this first one is.
Oh yeah, this first one I have on our little agenda is great. So you're obviously aware of the fact that in DC, with Trump and Musk doing their thing, that budget cuts are happening everywhere, all over the place. So what I have here is Tommy Tuberville, and I have my phone up because this is where my laptop died earlier.
Bro got bored.
Yeah. So Tommy Tuberville, who is a senator from Alabama.
Okay.
So they were talking about budget cuts for the Pentagon, right? You're gonna spoil it. Don't look at my phone. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. So there was discussions about budget cuts for the Pentagon, right? They asked Tommy Tuberville about it, who again is a senator from Alabama, Republican, of course.
Very cartoony name. I want to point that out.
It is a very cartoony name.
He to professionally go as Tommy.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
He used to be something. I don't know for a fact. I feel like he used to be like a college football coach or something like that.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong. Wow. I don't know. But anyways.
Yeah.
So this is his quote when they asked him if he would be in favor of budget cuts for the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this. You might not realize it right away, but I want you to think about why this is funny.
Okay.
His quote is, "I wouldn't be against them taking it from a pentagon to a trigon."
What?
do you want to tell me why that's incorrect?
A trigon?
Yeah, because answer me this real quick, Sam. What is what's a three-sided shape?
Triangle.
Yep.
A trigon?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
And again, I just want to reiterate, these are the same people. Yeah, just so we're all aware, these are the same people that are rallying against DEI. Because of, unprofessional, inexperienced people getting into positions. So, this is your guy. Like I'm just saying to like anybody who might be listening that is with that ideology. Yeah. Like that's your guy right there.
Mr. Trigon. That's crazy.
Mr. Trigon is your guy from Alabama. Like you're with him.
Did anyone have you seen the clip?
I don't know if there was a clip, but that is a quote. Okay,
because I was wondering. I was like, does someone have to be like,
no,
Trigon?
No, but and I'll say this, like I've been through Alabama, and the people of Alabama deserve better than that jerk off.
Really,
they do.
When have you been to Alabama?
I did some like job training down there.
Really?
Yeah. So I can tell you more about that after.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the people of Alabama are mostly nice people, and they deserve better than Tommy Tuberville.
Sounds like
who thinks that a three-sided shape is a trigon.
Trigon. Bro. I want to hear his response to that, because when was that?
This is like recent. This was like a few days ago. I don't know if he responded. I mean,
there's no coming back.
Because if he responds to that, he's just admitting that he's an idiot. So I don't know. I don't know if he did respond. I don't think
it was a joke.
But it was a joke. Yeah, sure. Anyways, do you want to give the people an update on our friend the Pope, because there is news about that?
Sadly, the Pope has fallen ill. He's not doing so great. But I did see I don't remember specifically what he's like going through. I know there was a kidney failure. Heard something about that last night.
Yeah.
What is it? A respiratory infection.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see something that he's feeling a little better. That is of what day is it today? Just in case he like passes away before
I don't know what the date
Monday the 24th, February 24th. I saw an article that said he was doing better.
Yeah, that would be some crazy timing if he passes away between now and
I know. That's why I'm like, as of now, it said he's doing better.
In the event that he passes between this recording and the release of this episode, we send our condolences.
Oh my God, yeah, of course.
In the event that he hasn't, I mean, hey, God did their thing, right?
Yeah, you know what? It happens.
Yeah.
He seems pretty old.
He seems old because he is old.
I
I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know. He's got to be in his 80s. Maybe 90s?
Actually, do you want to Google right
Yeah,
now how old he is? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say 82.
Well, I put how old, and it's like the first thing that comes up. 88.
88. He's older than I thought, man.
And
wow,
he looks 88.
he was born during the Depression.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's 88. He looks every year of it. I'll tell you that. No hate.
In the nicest way possible.
In the
yeah.
nicest way possible.
I mean, when you're 88, you're gonna look 88.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, he's been a pretty good pope. So.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I was talking to my friends about it because I actually don't know how like a new pope comes along. I think that's what there was a movie this year that literally was talking about that.
There was, yeah.
Conclave.
Olivia saw it. Yeah, she said it was good. Yeah. Well, I mean, keep this between us and the viewers, but I'm actually next in line.
Are you?
No. I am, man. I am.
How did you get that position?
So, I'm Italian, right?
Yeah.
And that's... I'm Italian, and I was raised Roman Catholic, and basically they were like, this guy right here, this guy knows what's up.
They heard...
I'm next in line.
They heard about the Mongolian death one, and were like,
yeah,
this guy might be onto something.
Like, wait, like, we gotta find out more about this.
Hold up.
And when I become pope, I'll tell you this. We're getting rid of all the meat rules, so you can eat whatever meat you want whenever you want.
Really? What meat rules exist right now? Do you know?
No meat on Sundays or something.
Really?
No meat on Fridays.
No fish on Fridays.
No fish on Fridays. Now,
No
okay,
fish
well,
on
I don't
Fridays.
really care about fish, but like, I mean, you can eat fish whenever you want, like.
That's insane. Because at the dining hall, it's Sustainable Fish Friday.
Sustainable Fish Friday?
It's sustainable.
So
No,
there's
it's no
temptation.
meat. It's no meat on Fridays during
Oh.
the night. And that's like you can have like I think fish is a big thing at that point.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, wait.
So no meat
So
at
no
all.
meat on Fridays during lunch. Okay, so
Do you think that's why they do sustainable? Is fish really a meat?
I mean, to me, fish is a meat because it's like it's an animal.
That's what I thought.
So that's even like if we're cheating already, like let's just throw it out the window. Like we don't need that. Like
Yeah.
Like
What about only meat on Friday?
Whoa. Now I
Not too
like
far?
that. I
Oh,
like that.
Okay.
I
Wow.
like that because I'll look into that. I'll tell you what, because if we're like I said, if we're cheating already, because I think it is, because fish is meat. You know what I mean? It's an animal.
Yeah.
So we're throwing the meat rules out. We're throwing all the food rules out the
Yeah.
window. And you don't have to give anything up anymore because it's like nobody's doing that anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just shoot up a few prayers and and JC knows you're good.
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. You wish. Oh no, thank you.
And for your next.
I'll make you my deputy pope.
No way.
I will. Yeah.
Oh my God, it'll be so much fun.
My vice pope.
Do we have to live in Italy? Where
If
does
you
the Pope
want
live?
to.
Where does the Pope live?
He lives in the Vatican.
Is that in Italy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
don't know.
So Connor just said it's the only non-hereditary monarchy left in Europe, and that is because I don't know if you're aware. Did I say that right?
Because the Pope is both the head of the church and like the head of state. He's like also technically a king.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it makes him
Oh.
a monarch, but it's not like
Interesting.
hereditary.
And the reason for that, because I don't know if you're aware, but
Oh.
the Vatican City is a nation. It's like a country.
Really?
Yeah. It's I think it is the smallest state in the entire world.
Wow.
Sorry. No, but yeah, and so that's why that's the case, because he's the
Huh.
leader. He's the leader of the church globally.
Mhm.
But then the Vatican City it's a microstate.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's the head of state of the Vatican City.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, wishing the best for him. Hope he does all right.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound good, but you know, I'm putting my prayers in.
I was just with him over the weekend, and he's in better spirits. So
That sounds good. And from the article I saw today, it seems to be he's doing better. So hopefully it stays that way.
I just told him, I was like, you know what, man, like throw back some Mountain Dews and you'll be good.
Are you the cause of this?
No. That's how he gets better.
Oh, it's how.
That's how he gets better.
okay.
Yeah. Because think about it. This guy was born during the Depression.
Yeah.
He knocks back a few dews. He's buzzing. He's electric.
I got him.
You know what I mean?
Wonder what his favorite soda is. Does he even drink soda? Let's all be honest.
He probably doesn't. But that, I mean, I'm just gonna say if the Pope has a favorite soda, Fanta.
Ooh, what kind of Fanta? Which orange? Just orange?
Orange
Okay.
Fanta. Yeah.
I had one friend get a grape Fanta, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a. Just get the regular. I'm not a big fan for any like big fruity soda like that though.
No, I don't like fruity soda either.
No.
I like.
I'll drink it.
I like my soda brown and carcinogenous.
Peppery.
That's how I like my soda. But yeah, as you mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned it after or before we started recording, but regardless,
Yeah.
In regards to Ukraine, there's been a lot happening in the past week.
Yes.
So there are peace talks going on, and Trump seems intent on holding these peace talks without Ukraine really being party to them, so
Yeah.
to speak, which is odd. He came out recently with. I mean, it's just false. He said that Ukraine started the war, and it's like.
No.
It's like there's not much more to say about that other than that it's just not true.
That's what Putin told me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's one thing to like try and convince yourself, but like you're gonna try and tell the entire world that Ukraine started a war when in reality, what happened is Russia invaded.
Yeah, they invaded Ukraine. That's it.
Yeah.
But he's like, they started it.
Yeah, I don't. And like, who's buying this realistically? I mean, like, I know there are people out there that are,
Yeah.
but like, I don't. And he also called he called Zelensky, who's the president of Ukraine, a dictator, which is
Are you?
it's
serious?
rich coming from him, right?
I know. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am serious about that.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Call him a dictator?
Mm-hmm. And again, I mentioned this in one of our prior episodes, but I don't know why Donald Trump is so convinced that like Russia is our bestie.
Yeah.
Because like historically, you know,
Mhm.
if you know a little bit about history, not really.
Not
No,
exactly.
Not exactly. Russia hasn't exactly been our friends, and I'm not going to sit here and advocate for like we need to like go to war with Russia.
No.
We need to be like really hard ass on Russia foreign
Yeah.
policy. But at the same time though, it's like their president, the Russian president of Vladimir Putin. That's a dictator.
Yeah, isn't that?
I don't know why we think that he's our buddy and but Trump is like infatuated with him for some reason.
Yeah, that was a little crush. I mean, it
There's
happens.
a little crush. It does happen.
Let's hope for the best for Ukraine.
Yes. God, it's not looking good for them with
It's
this
not.
with this dude
Not-
in office.
What?
And it's fun. It's funny too. And again, I if you look at how much money is being sent to Ukraine, there is being like, obviously there's this insane amount of coverage and this big hubbub about how much money we're sending to Ukraine.
Yeah.
It is like the money that we have sent to Ukraine is like not even 1% of our budget.
Really?
No,
It's
it's
just
not.
so small.
Yeah, I said this before, but I feel like it bears mentioning again.
Mm-hmm.
Our entire expenditures for foreign aid, like all of it,
Mhm.
right? In fiscal year, I think it was fiscal year 2023.
Yeah.
It could have been 24, but I believe it's fiscal year 2023. Our entire expenditures for foreign aid constituted 1.2% of our federal budget.
Really?
All of it. All of it is 1.2%.
That's insane.
And that's why it's so funny to me that, like, Elon Musk is out here like, oh man, I can't do his stupid accent. He sounds like an idiot. He's like, yeah, man, we found, $20 million. Sorry, I spit. We found $20 billion of waste in here, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But in reality, cutting U.S. aid is gonna kill people. I mean, like, it's not exaggerating to say that because those programs help people who have HIV, AIDS, and already those programs being cut, babies have been born with HIV when that could have been avoidable if these programs had not been. So and to me, that's like despicable because literally, and I guess this can segue us to our next thing that I have here.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I'll just say this, like, Elon Musk is the only person alive where if I think about that dude for too long, I will genuinely, like, my blood will start to boil.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel like
I just despise that guy so much. Did you see? And I don't even want to like put this up on the screen because I want to like spare people from it. But have you seen the video of him where he's like yeah I am become meme? Have you seen that?
no, but that sounds
It's terrible.
someone who's so
He's
out
not-
of touch.
He's sitting at like CPAC, I think it was, like the Conservative Political Action Committee or whatever. It's like I think it's a super PAC, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually try and structure my thoughts here. So I'll start with this. I'm going to get to that actually, but let me start with this.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk, and I don't know if you heard of this, sent out an email to a lot of federal workers at some point last week. And it wasn't directly from Musk, but it was like his office.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about this.
And it said, you have to send us by Monday a list of 5 things that you accomplished in the last week. And he was saying that failure to respond is considered a resignation.
Bro.
And I look at that and I say, Elon Musk, what have you done, Elon Musk, in the past week that is productive whatsoever, that helps anybody other than yourself? Because it's like, oh, what have you accomplished in the past week? Hey, buddy, go spend time with your kids.
Yeah.
You got like 20 kids and you never hang out with any of them.
How many kids does he actually have, do you know?
I mean, 20 is a joke, but like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's too far off. He has like a lot of kids.
Really?
Yes. 15?
13.
13 kids?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And yeah, there's been a lot of stuff with that coming out too about how he doesn't see his kids. He doesn't like answer like their mothers.
Oh my
and
God.
they're with a bunch of different mothers too,
Yeah.
by the way. So it's like, oh yeah, the Republican Party, the party of family values, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, both of like the ringleaders of it have slept with like 24 women between the both of them, and it's like, what are we
It's
doing
ridiculous.
here? Like, okay. So what were you gonna say?
No, I mean with the whole Elon thing too, it's like what has he done that week besides play like cheat at Diablo? Like
Exactly. Yeah. No, and that's what I was going to get to.
Mhm.
He's asking these people to justify their and again, the overarching theme here is that Elon Musk is a multi-billionaire who just seems to genuinely enjoy like destroying people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
But didn't Trump say something about the email?
What
Yeah.
did that article say? Because I know you saw that.
I wish I had the direct quote, but it was like they like pushed back against Elon. That's what I remember hearing it saying. Is like they didn't agree with it.
Yeah,
They were
well-
like, I don't know. I wish I had the direct quote what Trump said.
I wouldn't be
Let me
surprised
look it up.
to see, and people have been saying this forever now at this point. I would not be surprised at all to see like a rift getting bigger between those two,
Yeah.
because obviously those are the two biggest egos maybe in the entire world.
Oh my God.
You know?
Here's what the headline said. It said Trump appointees appear to contradict Musk for first time in pushback to OPM email, which is
Yeah.
the email he's talking
Yeah,
about. So I'm like,
That is crazy.
I know. Yeah. Trump said Monday that the email was pretty ingenious. That anyone who doesn't answer is semi-fired or fired.
Semi-fired. What are we talking about?
Semi-fired. Well, okay, Trump himself didn't do it, but then Trump appointees apparently are.
Semi-fired.
Ingenious.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. And again, Elon Musk, and just again, the overarching theme here is he's a multi-billionaire, never worked a day in his life.
Yeah.
He's asking people to justify their jobs. He's like, what did you do in the last week? Elon, last week, the most notable thing that you did was sit on a stage doing nothing making unfunny jokes while like 4 people laughed at you. And he had like this chainsaw because he was like, oh, this is what I'm doing to the bureaucracy or whatever.
Bro.
It's like, buddy, like, you are not cool.
I miss out on a lot. I need to start tracking what Elon does. 'Cause I'm hearing this, I'm like, what the hell?
Don't do it, because I don't. It's like being in the political sphere, because like, you know, I'm a political science major.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this stuff, so I see it. It's a blessing and a curse these days. It's mostly a curse because I have to watch that absolute. Let me not get myself censored. Buffoon. Yeah. That I have to watch that absolute buffoon on a daily basis, making the most insane comments ever, doing the cringiest stuff ever, and I think it really just goes to show. And people have been saying this. I mean, it's not, you know, like, no amount of money can make you not lame. Yeah, because that dude right there, we can't forget this when we're like engaging with like the political sphere these days. Like, it is my belief, and not everybody has to agree with me fully. Mm-hmm. I believe that Elon really is just like an evil guy, like with everything that he's been doing. I mean, like, I know that might sound like a maybe too heavy of a term for you, but for me, that's what I believe. Whatever you believe. Like,
it's just not like recently, especially in the last few years, nothing like nice is being said about Elon.
He's not, because he's not doing it.
But he continues to grow in popularity.
He's not doing anything nice. He's not saying anything nice. I mean, quite the opposite to me. Because like I said, he has been slashing programs that are killing people and will continue to kill people. Meanwhile, this is a guy who, again, has never had to work a day in his life, so he doesn't understand. Yeah. Not even like that's an excuse that he doesn't understand it. Because
if you have that much money and that much influence, you kind of it's your responsibility to understand that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have said it by myself. I agree fully. But all that being the case, for as terrible of a person as I think he is, and you can have your own opinions on that, whatever you think of him, we do just need to remember that at the end of the day, this is an absolute, utter lame-o. Like a total loser. Just a tool, like a dope, an idiot. Like, he just wants nothing more than attention and validation, and he will do anything for it.
You'll notice a lot with people like Elon and these like billionaires, they do anything for attention. Anything. Just like, anything. I don't know. I mean, like, I was talking about this, I think last week. I don't know if I was on the podcast, but with Kanye and all the tweets he's been doing, it's none of it. Like, a part of me doesn't even know if he, like, I think he does fully believe in what he's saying, but also a lot of it's just give me attention.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's fallen off, and I think he does just want attention.
Yeah.
I mean, and I honestly think it's the same mentality. Like, and like you said, like, I think Elon has convinced himself that what he's doing is like the right thing to do, but like not that because it's not, he's not doing good stuff.
Yeah,
like, as simple as that, he's not doing good stuff. But again, like I said, like, the important thing to remember, like, when we're like resisting this stuff and like pushing back on it, this is like, Elon Musk is not Darth Vader. He's not Tony Stark, like people used to say before.
That's right.
Elon Musk is not these people. Elon Musk is a loser. Like, Elon Musk is like, I don't know, like in elementary school, like he would get shoved in a locker, like, for good reason though. You know what I mean? Like, not, you know.
Yeah, and it's kind of, I mean, there's something to be said also about them, like Kanye and Elon both having like very anti-Semitic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's like, because that is like the far right wing, the very hateful sector of like the right wing Republican Party apparatus. That is the one group of people that, as long as you start saying the same things they say, they'll just accept you.
Yeah.
And they'll love you. And like, for people like that who just want nothing but validation and attention, that's perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you don't even have to necessarily believe those things, but if you go in there and you say them, they'll love you.
Yeah.
And they've both gotten that validation from those people, even if they, you know.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I think if you're ready to.
Yeah. Because I'm already getting angry just talking about it.
All right. To stop you from getting any more angry than you already am.
Yeah.
We're gonna move discussion away from news.
Yeah.
And go into more of a relaxed chat. You know, a lot's been happening with news, and we'll definitely.
A lot's been happening.
Catch everyone back up to speed next week.
A lot's been happening with the news, but it is also starting to feel a little bit like springtime.
It is starting to feel like springtime, and that was great. Like yesterday, cold. It's been like tragically cold the last few days. Like, it's not even as cold. It's just windy.
You know what it is, and
What?
I'll hop off it after this. The weather has matched the general atmosphere of this country at this moment.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
weather has matched that very much.
It really has. But you know what? Today we turned a new leaf.
We turned leaf.
It
Yeah.
it was actually nice enough for I could like do work outside.
Yeah,
I was working
yeah.
on homework outside.
I wore
a little bit of
just
writing.
a nice light jacket, and that was enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the jacket on, and I went back to my dorm, and I left it there,
Yeah.
and I felt great.
You know what? So something that I enjoyed over the weekend on Sunday.
Yeah.
The Phillies played their first. I think it was their first televised spring training game.
That's right.
So I got to watch that. Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. I mean, the thing is with spring training is that, I mean, the games don't matter necessarily.
Yeah.
So like they lost.
Oh.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Who even watches a stupid game anyways?
Yeah, that's true. Me. I watched it, but who watches it, right? But yeah, no, it is nice to kind of see that things are rolling into
Yes.
more nicer weather. And for me, baseball is an indicator
Yeah.
of that baseball's back.
Have you ever watched the Westchester baseball team?
I have not. No.
No, I know that their first game's like in March.
Oh really?
Yeah, sometime in March. And I think me and my friends are gonna go watch it
Oh,
because
that's nice.
I'm actually pretty excited for that. This might be against your beliefs, but I don't really like watching baseball on a TV.
TV.
I don't get much enjoyment out of that. But going to a game, I do like.
Well, I get that. For the longest time, see, baseball is tricky because I think you need to appreciate the fact that baseball isn't necessarily something that you're going to keep your eyes glued to for the entire time
Yeah.
you're watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you understand that, I think you can really come to appreciate it because it's like, yeah, like maybe like 1% of people who watch baseball are watching every single pitch of every single game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Baseball is like an insanely long season. It's 162 games, and they play mostly every day.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's a big part of why I like it because the season is so long that you really don't have to watch every game.
Yeah.
Unless it gets later in the season and your team's fighting for a playoff spot. Then you might want to watch every
Yeah.
game. But if it's like June, July, they're on every night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to watch them every night, you can, but you don't have to. But for me, it's just I think baseball is kind of like this analogy's definitely been used before.
Yeah.
But if I had to say, so, if basketball is like an action movie and like, if football is like, like a fireworks show or something,
Yeah.
like baseball is definitely more of like a checkers or chess match, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Which it's
Slow
slower.
burn,
It's
yeah.
it's more like you do have to think about it a little bit more. I'm being particular with my terms here because I don't want to sound like I'm high horsing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just if you can accept that and like know what it is when you're going into it,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's so much to love about baseball because for me, it's there's so much to think about, right?
Yeah.
But then when you're just watching it, I was getting like it's relaxing to watch, right?
Yeah.
Except when the Phillies are blowing it in the postseason, then it's not relaxing. Then it's I want to kill myself.
I think my thing about baseball is that every good, like if a play is good, it's been done before.
Well,
I feel like a lot. I mean, like
same thing for other sports
no,
too.
well, with
right?
football though, like there's different plays. There's all these different ways for things to happen. I feel like in baseball, it's very much just like I see what you mean with football being similar, but I don't know. If the best play you can get is a home run,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like there's many different ways to get a touchdown. Home run, not as much. Not that there isn't many. I mean, you obviously hit the different sides, but
But if you break it down to a very fundamental level, I see what you're saying, right?
Yep.
In football, again, very fundamentally, very
Yep.
basically, you can pass the ball, you can run the ball,
Mhm.
you can score a touchdown, kick a field goal, or punt.
Yeah.
So really,
Well,
really fundamentally, there's only so many things that can happen in
But
football.
that's all on offense. What could you do on offense in baseball?
On offense in baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can hit a single, double, triple, home run.
Yeah.
You have people on base, you can drive them in, RBIs.
Okay.
You can walk, you can get hit by a pitch.
Beanball.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And I see what you mean, but it feels like with like in a typical football game, you're gonna see all those things.
Mhm.
In a baseball game, you might not see all those things, and it's
Well,
not.
yeah.
But not to diss on the entire sport of baseball. But I just don't think it's as enjoyable. But I do want to like watching baseball.
Yeah.
That's something I've like been watching. I watched a little bit last season.
I think, and again, that's why I think anybody can enjoy baseball, and I think everybody should have somewhat of an appreciation for it. Just because, like I said, like you just know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's the most relaxing sport to watch, and I also, at the same time, like I said, I think simultaneously it's the most relaxing sport to watch. At the same time, it gives you the most to like chew on, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the minutia is very, very deep and in depth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know what you mean, like, oh, there's only so many things that can happen. The
Yeah.
best thing you can do is hit a home run. But think about there's 9 batters in a lineup. Every team has a rotation of 4, 5, 6 pitchers. There's 30 teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So any given game, you have like, oh shoot, okay, like there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The home team is down by 2, but they got 2 people on base. The 7 hitter is going up against one of their best relievers.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what do the stats say about how this is going to play out?
Mm-hmm.
And like, how is this? Basically, what I'm getting at is that almost any baseball game you watch is going to bring up a situation that is totally and entirely unique and will never happen again.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like I feel like to understand it though, you have to be pretty knowledgeable on baseball.
You do.
Yeah, I think for fans of baseball, that is the greatest because like there's so much like in between time that you can talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, this is happening. What are the possibilities?
But what I'm saying is that because you're right.
Mm-hmm.
The point that I think I'm trying to make is that like this is the pipeline, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Like watch it because it's relaxing, and it's a slow-paced sport, and like there's something to cheer for. You know what I mean? Like like I said, there's 30 teams. Like wherever you are, there's probably a team close to you, and I imagine most of the people watching us right now are in the Philadelphia area.
Yeah.
So root for the Phillies because the Phillies are. I hate on the Phillies a lot. The Phillies are actually a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I've been on record saying they're going to suck this season a lot of times, but the Phillies are a pretty good team. Okay, so you watch the Phillies, root for the Phillies. It gives you something to watch. Like I said, mostly every night. They're on mostly every night.
Yeah.
It'll give you something to watch, even if just in the background. It'll give you something to cheer for. You can talk about it to other fans, and like I said, as you get more into it, because of the relaxation aspect of it, and just kind of like just chilling and enjoying it. As you get more into it. Basically, by default, you'll become knowledgeable enough to add that aspect of appreciation to it.
Yeah. I remember I used to go, I lived like 30 minutes away from Coca-Cola Stadium for the minor league Iron Pigs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so I'd go there every so often, and that was fun.
Yeah.
I always like doing that.
Well, sorry, what were you saying?
But I only ever ended up going to a Phillies game once, I think.
Yeah, I've been to a Phillies game?
Yeah, I have been to one. I got literally top of the nosebleeds ever, but
nice.
I actually liked being that high up, just being able to see everything.
No, this is kind of off topic, but I do like in Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies play. I don't think there's a single bad seat in the entire stadium.
Yeah,
I think wherever you sit, I think there's a great view.
Yeah,
but what was I gonna say? Because you were saying about the Iron Pigs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can cut that little part.
No, you're good.
Because I know you said you're going to go to the WCU games.
Yeah.
Baseball, and I think you might agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of going to the event live, to me, baseball is just hands down the best to watch live.
I think so.
You know?
That one, it's nice because you don't have to, because of like what you're saying, you don't have to pay attention the whole time.
Yeah, you don't
You
have
can
to.
literally talk with your friends, and then as soon as someone's hitting, you might stop.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's so much free time that, and I remember I used to just love walking around the stadium.
Yeah,
That's something I used to do a lot.
Because Citizens Bank Park is and even like all the minor league stadiums, they're just like they're cool to walk around. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like they have the whole concourse and they have different food selections and they have the merchandise stores.
Yeah.
But like if you just think about the experience at a baseball game, it just is so much better than anything else. Because at a baseball game, right? So it's in the summer, so it's nice and warm outside.
It's warm,
You're going there with friends and family. Again, it's outside, so you have fresh air. And a lot of the games are at nighttime. I love going to night games. Because as the sun goes down, it gets cooler and it's nice, and all the lights come on and the oh my god,
That is nice.
I know I'm kind of geeking out a little bit, but
No, I fully agree.
I love it.
I haven't done it. I want to do it more often.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah. And yeah, like, because if you think about that in comparison to the other sports, and I'm not hating on the other sports. Yeah. Like, think about if you go to a basketball game. Like, but now basketball, it's fun to watch live, but, like, you're inside. It's not.
Yeah, when you have to be, like, it's so quick.
And you have to be
pretty
paying attention.
You have to be
paying attention the whole time. So, yeah, the social aspect is not quite as good with that. And again, for me, it's like, yeah, your inside is kind of stuffy. Like, the vibes are kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
Football games are fun to go to in person, but in my experience, it's like like the seat really matters when you're watching football in the stadium, because like if you have like an end zone seat, that's great for when your team is driving into the end zone. Yeah. But if they're on the other side of the field, guess what? You're
staring at the jumbotron.
You're not going to see anything. Yeah, you know what I mean? And also, I mean, you're outside, at least in Philadelphia. There's some football stadiums that are inside.
Yeah.
So yes, you're outside, but it's like December.
Yeah,
it's cold.
It's cold. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, for me, man, and I know you said you agree, but just baseball, just the best to watch.
Oh my God.
In person, the best.
Yeah. Definitely, like I said, definitely want to go. I want to go back to a Phillies game. That was the most fun.
Yes, and so.
So I'm hoping the Westchester games are as fun as that. I'm not sure though.
I don't know. They're not going to be as like intense or high stakes as a Major League Baseball game.
Of course, yeah.
But that sounds fun to go to those games. Yeah.
I like going to the Westchester basketball games are good. We're actually a good team.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. I
didn't know. I was finding out so much about like Westchester, like D2 basketball recently. I didn't know that there was an NCAA like March Madness D2 tournament.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. So like, I think it kind of works the same thing for D1, where it's like, there's like, I think there's 21 like regions, I guess. We're part of the PSAC.
PSAC. Yeah, yep. Yeah.
And so right now we're at like the top of the PSAC East, and I think the PSAC as a whole. And I think with next week or either 2 weeks is the PSAC tournament. And if we win that, we're automatically in the NCAA.
Wow.
And then there's like, if you don't win, there's like 40 other teams, like 40 something already, 43 of the teams that are picked just on how good you were.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
We were in it in the 2018-19 season.
Wow.
But I think we lost the first game.
Yeah, I genuinely did not know that.
Because it's like, it's one game. One game elimination.
Oh, one. Oh.
So we can make it there, but we're a good team, I think.
Huh, that's cool.
I watched someone, last time I was there, someone got kicked out.
Really?
It was like our gold out game, but there's a lot. There's already a good amount of people there, but there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
This one guy was yelling the whole game, standing up and yelling for Westchester. But I think the fourth quarter, the police were just like, and he was like, he had to like, they escorted him out.
Oof.
That's
rough.
He was in front of me to start, and then I had to move back because he was like standing up the whole time, and so I had to like.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And I was like, bro, like every time we were like anything happened, he'd stand up. And I was like, oh come on, I'm trying to watch the game. Good game though, 84-80.
84. Damn.
It went down to the last 5 seconds.
That's high scoring.
No, yeah, we've had 100. We've had 100-point games.
That I would not have expected that. That is crazy. Wow.
They're a lot of fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, but so I think we were given a time limit by Olivia. Mm-hmm. We're coming up on it, but I will ask you this one last question just because it came to me, in all this political discussion.
Oh yeah.
So if you were the president of your own country, Sam, what would be the first few things that you would enact? How would you run your country? I'm curious.
I saw that there and I thought about it for a second. I think I would have it like less of like you have to be invited.
You have to be invited.
Like I think like I want it to be like highly esteemed so that like if you're there you don't want to get kicked out. Very strict. I'm not extremely strict rules, but like obviously like no murder, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I feel like I'm gonna be like there's a few strict rules I'll have them. It's like if you don't follow, you're out.
Just out. Yeah. Kicked out. So how? So you're saying everybody in this nation has to be manually invited?
Yes.
Is that by you, or are you going to delegate that responsibility?
It will be like, so what people are going to do is you have to submit an application.
Uh-huh.
You answer the questions, and I have a few people, they look through them. If they see, they'll see and they'll be like, yeah or no. And you can resubmit. You can resupply every like 6 months. Reapply.
Reapply every 6 months.
And then at the very end, I check it. They give me like the bullet points, like the AI overview. And I look at it and I go, yes or no.
Of every single individual person.
Yeah. Well, it's only going to be a few. Like, think about it. Like, I might get like a few a day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that's like slow growth. That's.
Yeah, but like it's going to be so highly esteemed that like the people there, they're going to have a good time. I hope.
Okay.
Or you're kicked out.
Actually, how about this?
Yeah.
Because that. I understand where you're coming from with that. Let me rephrase the question. If you were the president of the United States.
Oh, it's the United States.
So, the United States already exists.
Mm-hmm.
You have 300 million people already. If you were the president of the United States and, you had, a wide... And let's assume, Congress is on your side.
Okay.
So you can do what you want.
Okay.
So you can do what you want. But you're the president of the United States. So in that situation, what are you doing in that situation?
Man. I don't know. Like... I would just let me think. What do you have any specific things if you were?
The first thing that comes to my mind, and I'm sorry if anybody out here listening like does this, or maybe I'm not sorry because you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But if you chew with your mouth open, that is like a $500 fine.
That's fair.
Yeah, like not like jail time because like
No,
like it's not like that serious. But like if you chew with your mouth open like in public, like you're gonna get fined. Like because I'm not with that at all. You know what I mean?
I feel like this gives me a little deja vu. I think we talked about like laws.
Yeah. It's one of my pet peeves, so it'll probably come up more.
I think I mentioned sneezing. I said if you don't.
You did say sneezing.
I think I said if you don't sneeze into your elbow.
No, I agree with that though.
Because I've met people like sneezing on the floor.
Sneezing on the floor.
Like they just like bend over and I'm
that
like,
is crazy in public. That is crazy to do that.
Yeah, I mean in the privacy of your own home, do what you wish.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Also, and this might be controversial too, but like. When people do this, I don't get it because it's like they kind of have the right idea, but when people sneeze into their hand,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I appreciate it a little bit because it's like okay, like you are making sure that it's not getting on anybody.
Yeah.
But it's like, why? Like just
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think about doing this? Like where they put their like the front of their shirt over their nose.
That's odd too because it's like, what is preventing you from just like?
Yeah, it's not that hard to put in your elbow.
Yeah, like that's. Like this is harder than that. Like what are we doing? Like
I've seen people do it though, and I think I always think to myself like, great, now it's all over your like chest.
Yeah, it's all over.
Like,
yeah. I don't. That's a good. Yeah. So wait. So what is like if people like what's the punishment though? Like, like how is that enforced if people?
You gotta teach them a lesson.
Yeah, teach them a lesson.
I think that you like.
You're gonna flog them.
I think like you know how you like a feather and like pepper make them sneeze.
Yes.
It's like you have to do it 10 times correctly, and then.
Okay, so we're living. So you're implicitly saying that you're gonna null and void the 8th Amendment. Cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh, it's not that cruel.
It's unusual.
We're gonna switch it from cruel and unusual to just cruel.
So you're gonna amend the 8th Amendment. Okay.
No, just like change it a little. I'm just gonna cross that word out.
Okay. Yes. which would be amending it. But
no, it's because that sounds like a whole process. This isn't a whole process. It's just,
So you're kind of like Trump. You're not with like you don't want the whole process. You just want to do what you want to do.
Just do it.
You're not
Someone
with
else
the
can figure it out. I'll put Elon on it. And yeah, you sit in a room and it's like it's not like it's in any way cruel. It's just, hey, you know what you did. Let's just talk it over. Why did you do it? How long have you been doing it for? Who taught you how to do it like the way?
You know what I would do if I was the president? I would get Elon, like you said, and I would give him a job that I would tell him like this is really important. You have to do this. This is national security is at risk if you don't accomplish this for me.
Yeah.
And I would tell him to do something like, I need you to make sure that every letter is equally represented in alphabet soup. And he would take that shit so seriously.
Oh my God, he would.
Because again, that dude is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
If the president gave him that task and told him that it was serious, he'd be like, he'd be all about
Post on Twitter, just got through the D's.
Yeah, he'd be posting on Twitter. He's like, did you guys know that the letter X is only represented 33% of the time in a can of alphabet soup? The woke left wants you to think that the letter X does not exist anymore. He'd buy it hook, line, and sinker. I can tell you that. And then after, well, I'm not gonna. I can't. There's some things I can't say on here. Yeah.
Check out Carlo blog. God.
Oh.
But no, I think I would. Yeah, I'd put heavy crackdown on fake news. Heavy.
That's yeah. No, if we're going into more like actual, that's.
I'd ban AI.
You know what, man? I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah.
And I probably like don't fully know what I'm saying when I say that, because it's like AI is probably useful for some stuff.
No, like,
and it has been for like years, and I just don't know it.
Do you want to maybe would you say like ban it for like creative purposes?
Yes, any creative purposes.
Like if it's helpful for like scientific research.
Yeah,
then
then of course. But it's like if you're using it, if you're using, like I know a lot of people use ChatGPT, and you can do it.
Have a serious conversation with the people about this.
My
right
opinion of you has gotten a little lower, because you have told me that you do not care.
Yeah.
That you are stooping that low, and that upsets me.
I agree with everything that you just said. Yeah.
And there's the people who are like, I just use it for ideas. You know, like the writer of Taxi Driver. Did you see this?
Martin Scorsese.
No. He directed it. It was like Paul Schrader, I think his name is.
Okay.
He came out and was like, I came up with a bunch of ideas, and then I asked AI to come up with ideas, and those ideas were better. And I'm like, they're not original ideas, though.
Yeah, no, they're not. Like,
and you can make nothing's original. Shut up. Like, can we just stop?
I really am so sick of seeing like AI generated art and stuff. And granted, I think I've been seeing it a little bit less, or maybe that's just like me kind of curating like my algorithm.
No, the one I hate the most is like I'll see like AI 5 years ago and AI now, and I'm like, oh, it's getting like better, but worse in a sense. Like,
and
it upsets me.
I saw like yesterday or something. It's specific, but it just pissed me off when I saw it. It was like, and this is an entire other thing that actually we probably should talk about, because this is a whole thing, but sports betting, which has blown up in recent years.
Yeah,
and I'm actually gonna put that in my head because we should talk about that.
Yeah,
but I saw one of those Instagram accounts post like, we had AI predict the next 5 MLB World Champions, and it's like, what does AI? And it's funny because like these AI programs, like they were last updated with information like I think like 2 years ago or something, because that's how they work. Like ChatGPT. So it's like, okay, first of all, you're a sports betting app. Shut up. I don't want to hear from you. That's another thing, like I said. Second of all, like what we've gotten to a point where like, why do we care or put any trust into like? Because like you said, it is not coming up with anything original.
No, I can't.
It is not coming like it's not giving you analysis. It's not giving you anything. It's just making like a semi-educated guess based on data that is like at best like a year or two old.
Yeah, and like there's been times where I'm like I kind of wish I could just AI this, because I know it'd be easier. But like that's not the point. The point isn't for it to be easy sometimes. The point is so that you just do it.
I take pride in the fact that I have not ever done that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because like you said, like earlier, so like yesterday and today, I finished it earlier today. I had an essay due that I was just like, dude, like this sucks. I was like, I hate this. Like this is so annoying. I don't want to do it. But like in a situation like that, you just got to buckle down and do it, man. Because like even if you hate the prompt or of the essay, if you hate the assignment, you as a human being with a mind of your own will still do a better job of AI. I'm telling you. And like and that's universally true.
It's, I don't know. I lost my thought, but it's just, I know what annoys me more is that when people are like, well, no, after this, but
you keep going.
What annoys me the most is like when people are like, oh my god, my English teacher wouldn't shut up about not using AI, and I'm like, that's like something you should know though. Like it's something like, I don't know.
And it's really funny to me because like you're in the English department.
Yeah.
And so are people like who are also English majors like complaining about this?
Not as much.
Oh, okay.
I'm in like an effective writing class.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And that's like has other people who aren't English majors in it. A lot of them, most of them aren't. I might be the only one.
Yeah.
And it's like, my teacher, my professor, who I actually really like my professor. She made a whole big point. She had us read like 3 different essays, and she was like, what was wrong about this one? Was wrong about that? And one of them was AI, and you could just tell.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. It's like when it first came out, it was difficult to tell. But I honestly think that was more of like a honeymoon effect than anything. Yeah. It's like, oh my, look at this. It's so impressive. It sounds just like a human, but we're a few years deep into this now, and you can just tell. It's easy to tell, like, because it's not good.
Yeah, it's just not
good. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just compare it to not, like, if you just read it and go, wow, that's not good, it probably is AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember like back, like this has to be like 8 years ago, there was this one website, I don't remember what it was, but you could put in prompts and it would write a story out for you. And it was basically like what ChatGPT is.
Yeah.
But then you'd put in like, you'd create a character like, oh, this character goes to fight a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And it would write out a whole prompt and then it would end it like, it would like stop halfway through and be like, what does he do now? And I was like, I remember thinking like, this is so cool. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm looking back and I was like, that was just AI that whole time.
Yeah, the honeymoon phase went on for a while.
Yeah.
And that's what that was, of course. But now it's gotten to a point where it's like it's being shoved down our throats, and it's like,
And I'm glad like scriptwriters got on that early.
yeah,
Like they're not worried about it now where it's like really bad. Like they got on it like 2-3 years ago. Was that like 2-3 years ago?
yeah. And I think if I recall correctly, because I did write a story about this back when, but
Oh, wow.
this is like a year ago at this point. The SAG-AFTRA strike.
Yeah.
I think in their deal they did get terms that were protections against uses of AI
Yep.
in the filmmaking process, which is great
Yeah.
because that should be the norm.
Like I feel like if AI ever like people are like, oh, AI is gonna change the way we do this. If AI ever actually like made a movie, it would be the next Hallmarks.
Yes, that's an entire thing. I'm
Like we're so worried about it, but
yeah.
also I don't think it would do that much. Like
I'm annoyed that we're running up against time here because this is like a whole thing.
but I feel like we made our point very clear.
Yeah, it's funny. This started of like if you were the president, but then it's
Yeah.
But you know, okay.
God.
Do you feel good?
To vent about that, like
Oh yeah. And do you think this is a solid maybe
oh yeah,
jumping off point?
yep, yeah. We can from here. Please don't use ChatGPT. Please.
Yes, don't
Like,
don't do it.
please.
Because and again, this is gonna sound so like I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
Like if you are coming to a college and like you are paying out of your own pocket to learn here, why would you use ChatGPT?
Yeah, I don't get like. I'm not even. I did like. This is my Elon. Like for
Yeah.
you.
No, that's valid.
This make like,
That's so
this is an
valid,
angry
yeah.
episode, but also relaxed.
It's yeah.
But we talked about spring and baseball. For
We
a
talked
bit.
about spring for like 5 minutes, but then it's like go back to being angry. Okay.
We had a lot on our chest this
Yeah.
one. A lot off our chest.
But anyways, thank you so much for
Oh,
joining.
but
us.
yes, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
We'll be back next week. We're gonna be doing an interview.
Yeah, should definitely have an interview.
We don't know quite who yet, but
We're figuring it
obviously
out.
You'll know. Yeah.
Yeah, no surprise
yeah.
for all of us.
For all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be back next week, like I said, with more news coverage and interview.
Yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, we'll have a lot more news to cover. Give you an update on the Pope
Yeah.
and how
Yes.
this like spring vibe has been.
Yeah, because we all know that a million things are happening each week, so we will try our best next week to
Oh yeah,
do this. But yeah, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We will
course.
see you next time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yep.